What is up, YouTube? How's it going? Welcome. Welcome, welcome. We have a little bit of news today, though. Not much, just a little bit. I need to get this thing muted again. Boom. There we go. All right. NASDAQ is coming up 25,640. We had some beautiful 3C moves here. Beautiful 3C moves. First one here at 345. It doesn't look like much volume because of these relative spikes, but at the time it was very high volume. And then, of course, we put in the Japan news there at 05, and now we have the open. Markets are opening mixed. A little bit of red, a little bit of green. We have the VIX is back up into 16 territory, and like I said, I do think we're going to take out and hold yesterday's lows based on what I'm seeing here, but we'll see. But we'll see. Coming on down, baby. Coming on down. What's up, YouTube? How are y'all doing? Hope everybody's all prepared for this storm, whether or not you're in the line of sight or not. It's gone from 2 feet of snow and now no snow and just about an inch or so of ice, which is very destructive for the South. South does not do well with ice. South Alaska. NASDAQ is pumping, 25,658 here. Of course, we knew this, right? Linda Raschke green leads us to green into the open. And here we are, NASDAQ is just popping 658. That thing is, it's extraordinary on tracking order flow for the opening session. Beautiful stuff. You're short in silver here? Just be careful. Just be careful. I do think they're going to put on a retracement at around 100 here, but of course the 3Cs rules all. -5 for the high in Wisconsin. Wow. Near DC, people have emptied the shelves. Yep, here too. All the generators have been bought up. All the heaters have been bought up. The groceries are gone. You would think that China detonated an EMP over the Estados Unidos over here. A little bit of top wick. 25,610. They are selling a whole bunch of calls. Like I said, I do think they are going to come down with this. Look, big red candles already out of the gate. Right here. Top wick. Getting smoked. Getting smoked. Getting smoked. I've already locked a second TPT account into the live, so 2 of my accounts are now locked as I transition to live. So those are I won't be trading those today. So I'm going to work on my other accounts. Top wick for 25,650. That is the pre-market little pivot here, and a nice little sweep down. Gold's getting a little bit of a breather there, but bottom wicking. Silver had a little breather, then the bottom wicked. No day trades for me, just chilling on my silver position. What'd you take, 2-dub? A little bit of calls, silver calls. I like it. -5, -5, -5. 175 shares, nice. Nice. NASDAQ is dojied out. Where is my news? I thought I had it open. Investing.com. What do we got? At the top of the hour, we have Michigan Consumer Sentiment, U.S. Leading Index, S&P Global. What's up, Noob? How you doing? Downsizing my positions today. I had an amazing night. Yeah, you and me both, brother. I couldn't sleep last night. I've actually been up since midnight. And I took that 4:30 in the morning trade, and I locked the account on it. So it's been a pretty dang good morning. I'm just going to chill for a little bit, close up the week. I have an EcoFlow and solar panels I'm bringing. Heck yeah, baby. You're in South Florida. Yeah, isn't it supposed to be 90 degrees in Miami? Meanwhile, it's like -78 in Wisconsin, in Minnesota. Maybe all those daycares up in Minnesota have got some good heaters. Silver's liquidity at 99.5 and 100, yeah. Yeah. All right, still top wicking right here. On down. Looks like it's going to breach. We have a lot of call buying right here at the open. It's hot this morning. It's been raining for 2 weeks. What, in Miami? RTY is sliding lower. Gold is bouncing. Like I said, I don't expect all that much today. I do expect for them to at least test yesterday's lows and put in a new low. But the options are not pricing in much here. The market is just kind of still in this patient waiting mode here. We have call selling. We have put selling. If we saw yesterday the hero tool, and I was kind of leading y'all into it, the hero tool prefaced that big sell-off yesterday afternoon. Right at about noon, they started piling into puts and shorting their calls. And, of course, the market kind of topped and just consolidated for a while and then plow all the way down. And then they put on $5.5 billion worth of puts. So it was extraordinary. Extraordinary. Anyone know how many migrating pregnants you can shelter at once? I don't know. Russell's been leading the last 14 days. Yep. Now it's retraced. Dow isn't looking too great. Yeah. Someone sold 30 Google February calls. Can't read the intent. 220 calls? Nice. That's sold deep in the money calls like that. Dang. Another top wick on NASDAQ here. We're going to see what we can do. We're going to see what we can do. Still top wicking over. Nice. A little bit of move. Like I said, I do think they're going to test and break yesterday's lows, and that's what I'm playing towards. We have call selling and put buying at the moment. Big red freaking candle on NASDAQ, and we're coming on down to 25,537. I don't know if Grandma can come over again, man. She's going to have to because she's tired. She's been running all over the place this week, and I think she's about to make another stop today. We're getting no snow from this storm. This is a warm nose from the Gulf coming up that's trapped between the plateau and Smokies that's causing us to get snow. Risk of riskers are bad freezing rain. Yeah, we got that sandwich of cold air on the bottom and hot air on the top. And it's causing that freezing rain on impact. It's no good. He bought 5 pounds of sterling silver spoon forks for $1. No kidding. It's a heck of a find right there, baby. All right. Nice little top wicking still beautiful. ES is top wicking as well. ES has already kind of reattacked the 69.25, and I think it's going to breach, and I think NASDAQ is going to breach here too. Just be ready. Just be ready. Overall, though, we got to start taking out these 25,000 marks. Another top wick. Another top wick. Oh, man. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Still going. Looking for support. Looking for support. Keep your eyes on the volume. Make sure you have any 3Cs. In the PM community, thrift shopping, Walmart jewelry, and Goodwill stuff is huge. Guys cleaning out the clearance 10K Walmart jewelry. Oh, man. What's up, Dan? How you doing, baby? Oh, man. $582 million calls sold, 81 million puts sold. Not a lot. Not a lot. Big green candle. Old lady has no idea what her husband had. He dies, she sells it. Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of like that dude that sold a painting, and behind the painting was a copy of the Declaration of Independence. Made a couple million. The guy that bought it. All right. All right, all right, all right. NASDAQ at 25,614, still just kind of doing its thing. I'm just kind of being very, very picky with entries today. Very, very picky with entries. I want to see what's happening here. Maybe a little get a play on silver into 100. I don't know. Kind of limited upside here. I think they're going to go. I think it's going to do it. I just got a data latency spike. That must mean data's coming in. I just got a data latency spike. Making money all week. No rush for them either. Yeah, heck yeah. Yeah, we have data. S&P here, 945. I heard cops tell stories about firearms worth thousands of dollars being turned in for destruction by some old lady who had no idea. Yeah, that should be a crime. That's a crime against freedom. Big old green here. Silver's climbing up into 100. I can't imagine they're not going to tap 100 today. And I don't know if gold, where's gold at? Gold is at 49.50. I don't know if they'll get to 5,000. I mean, they got pretty dang close overnight, and they went on a tear the past couple of days. But man, if it keeps up the trend, then I think gold will give that a little tap-taparoo. Right now, they're buying calls and selling puts on the S&P. So just be patient. Be patient. We have data here in, 2 minutes? 60 seconds? 120 seconds? Wish I could do math. Wish I could do math. Just waiting. Just waiting. The S&P is bouncing back up after holding that little level. We had a 3C little bottom here at 69.25. Silver is still trending up into 100. $25,600. Why do they keep flip-flopping like this? Because the market's not going anywhere. We've been dead flat for 4 months now. We ain't going nowhere. The market's being held up by tweets. So there's no volume, and it's just back and forth. China clears tech giants to prep. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? How many times are they going to use this data? All right, here we go. 10 seconds, we have data, so be careful. Right now, so far, they've been buying calls back and selling some puts. China treats these H200 chips like my wife treats dinner. Can't decide on nothing. What's up, Will? How you doing, buddy? Good morning, good morning. Right now, I'm just kind of chilling, just waiting. We have a couple of 5-minute dojis here, just chilling. I'm not really concerned about too much at the moment. I'm going to wait for a good high-quality signal. The options chain looks a little bullish right now. Top Step really tries to gotcha. So many times I log in and my default contract size is increased to 1 or 3 or 4. Yep. Yep. That's never fun. On the top wick here, we're still going. What are we doing? ES is still going. Climbing back up so far. That's a 10-point bounce on ES. NASDAQ is up about 60 points or so. Pretty slow action. Pretty slow action. So far, healthy rejection. Healthy rejection. Ontario will be one of the coldest places on Earth, with temperatures reaching negative 58 degrees freedom. Big red candles so far, coming all the way down. 25,596 off of 630. Put a little bit of put buying here. They're just back and forth, man. Like I said, a lot of craziness. In my opinion, what I would do if I were you is take a look at silver right now. I do think silver is going to break 100. After that, I could easily make a case for a big rejection off of that, simply because that's a big historical psychological level on it. But then again, please confirm with the 3 C's. In terms of NASDAQ and ES, they're just back and forth. Back and forth. Thank you. That's a lot. That is a lot. Oh man. Sorry, I just had to pound 1,000 milligrams of ibuprofen. I got a pounding headache. Apologize. I've been up since midnight. 25,590, kind of bouncing back up. Silver has way more room to 100. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Physics class would help. What do you mean? Silver's 99.6. They are rejecting again. Still can't quite get there to 100. They're gonna play games with that 100. Coming back over. I posted for the Discord members the start to the competition. If you haven't already signed up, please get your entry form in. I will close the entry form on Monday. So you have you could reset as many times as you like, sign up for as many accounts as you like between now and Monday. But once Monday comes, it's closed. After that, whoever's in it is in it. Calling it an early morning. I have some stuff to attend to. Have a great day and stay safe. You as well, Magabagooli. Hope you have a good day, buddy. And of course, stay safe. I'm sure in your neck of the woods, I think you'll be okay, but still. NASDAQ is hanging out here at 590. S&P is still downtrending. I think they're going to take it. I think they're going to take it. I think they are going to take it here at 580. And if they do take 580, of course, we are going to go into the next phase of about 564. NASDAQ is being stubborn right here. Chilling down here. But we'll see. ES is sliding lower. Top wick on ES and going down. NASDAQ ain't going anywhere, but ES is going down to 69.26.5. And now looking for the possibility of 10. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. We have call, selling, put buying at the moment. as the sellers continue to hit this thing into 600 on NASDAQ. And they're about to top wick this thing and go down. GC to 5K? I think so, yeah. I think so. This is some pretty terrible slow movement here, so pretty terribly slow movement. May I ask, for the 3C high volume, are you comparing volume starting at 18? I compare it to whatever we got. Whatever the current environment is supporting is what I compare it to. It's relative. Volume is relative. The volume comparison, the overnight session is different for the middle of the session. Big green candles coming up. Still going. Good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. Not a back and forth crap. This is why I'm not touching this, because this is a very tight range. I mean, heck, ES is only dealing with a little 8-point, 10-point range. NASDAQ is back and forth in this crap. This is a very similar open to yesterday, where they just whipsaw it back and forth and then finally make a move. So just don't like it. Don't like it. At least at the bottom. You know, that big dump and then at the bottom. Patience will win. That's right. Patience will win. The overnight sessions have been very, very good. The mornings have been disgusting on NASDAQ. Most of my big trades the past couple of weeks have been on silver, of course. We put on some good quality NASDAQ stuff. But man, silver's been it. NASDAQ has been this back and forth, wicky, trappy crap. That's why I'm being so patient, because you will get clapped trying to trade this back and forth crap. The second you get a signal, you're going to get reversed. I'm being very, very patient. Very, very patient. Plus, it's Friday, and I don't want to mess up a week after Friday. I've had an absolutely extraordinary week. An absolutely extraordinary week. NASDAQ looks like it's going to breach this again after an engulfing green. The market that refuses to die, man, it's been 4 months in this consolidation zone after 10 months of absolute rally. And the market refuses to stay down. Despite the fact that we have distribution, despite the fact that we have a high volume sell multiple times, it refuses to go down. But the problem with that is the longer it stays up here, the harder the fall. The harder the fall. NASDAQ is about to go. Silver's about to go. RTY is putting on a bounce. Let's take a look at gold. Gold is starting to go here too. I'm just kind of cycling through everything. NASDAQ is 25,624. We have data in 5 minutes. Oil's about to go. Haven't looked at oil today. What's oil doing? Let's take a look at oil. If I can find it on my stupid chart. Oh, there it is. Huh. Yeah. Oil rocketed in an overnight session. Silver is starting to get clapped down to 99.61 all the way down. Still holding. Hasn't broken the little pivot. Nasdaq is going here. There you go. Silver's about to fall. If silver can take out 99.55, that'll be the breach zone. But it's getting clapped. Can't take the 100 out. They're going to do shenanigans. They're going to stop people out, and then they're going to blast it. There goes Nasdaq taking out the highs. Approaching. Do we have a volume spike? Ooh, look at that. Nasdaq just hit that pre-market pivot again. Of course, we have data in 2 minutes. Nasdaq top wick, 658. Need liquid to break it. Is there a mental and strategic value in your course if I'm strictly trading gold? Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, the things I teach here are applicable to anything that's got volume, and of course, gold does. You know, I'm not a call out server, but I like to teach everything, all my concepts, and try to help people as much as I can. Manage not only the technical side but the emotional side, which is a very large part of trading, of course. Nasdaq just swept that top move and then top wicked. 2 minutes. Silver is still just kind of chilling up here. Hasn't really gone anywhere. Pinned to this 99.6.7 area. I think everyone and their mother's waiting for that thing to come up and tap 100. The only question is, can it do it, or can you survive the shenanigans before it taps 100? We all know it's going to tap 100. It says, can you survive the shakeout? Can you time yourself in the right position to get there? 541 million puts sold, 124 million calls purchased. So the option chain is trending towards bullish. I don't want to short the Nasdaq until I see a reason to do it, because they're just drifting. They're just drifting. Is there any way to see the options pressure long or short for free? For free, I don't know. I'm sure there's a way to do it, but for free, I mean, Spot Gamma offers it, but it's not free. It's going to be hard pressed to find anything of value, to find anything of quality for free. I mean, you get what you pay for, right? Silver's still trending down. Can't catch a bid for nothing. If it takes out, let's go to the 5. If it takes out this area of, let's call it roughly, let me get a box. If it takes out this little area here, then it's going to be pretty destructive. And it'll probably sweep down to 99 or so, 99.1, regather, and then reattack the 100. So it's got to hold this little box. And if it does, and it'll just subdue some absorption here, and then you'll get the typical gold, silver, trend where it just keeps on going. But it's got to hold it. I really am just looking to improve the mental aspect at this point. Is there anything specific you teach in the group to help with that? Well, I teach everything that I've learned over the years, from managing your emotions, managing good days, bad days, understanding what the market is, what the market is not, separating the line of trading versus gambling. I mean, all that stuff. So I talk on a lot. I talk on it a lot. I have a podcast on Spotify that really centers around that type of thing as well. Silver's getting clapped, coming on down. And it's about to really start steamrolling under this level if it closes. So it's got to hold this little box. If it doesn't, you're going to go all the way down to the 99 mark before anything happens. Nasdaq is going. There it goes. Blasting. You mentioned Linda Raschke Green earlier. Where can I research the concept you're talking about? You could Google Linda Raschke's 12 Rules, Linda Raschke concept, and you'll find it. I don't have anything specific for Linda Raschke, but it's just stuff I've learned over the years. Do you use any risk management apps? Negative. Negative. Nasdaq is still going. $25,700 market squeezing once again. So this is exactly what we've been doing now for weeks, where we put on these crazy, stupid, just slow algorithmic grinds like this. This right here is exactly what we've been doing for weeks and weeks and weeks, and then it'll consolidate, and then we'll reverse every bit of it, and it just keeps us smack dab in the middle where we've been. Like, I hate seeing this because I am tired of being in this range. I am ready for a 30% sell-off in this market because this is absolutely god-awful to trade. Absolutely awful to trade. Silver's back and forth. It went all the way down to 99, and then, of course, bottom wick. So we're just going to wait on that. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. I've been ready for that for 4. It's coming. I would not be surprised to see the S&P trade under 3,000 within the next 24 months. I mean, this is absurd, and something's going to give. Something's going to give. But until then, this is what we have to do. We're just range bound. A 4-month range. This is what we have to put up with. Just absolute disgusting price action for back and forth. So we just have to watch the metals. The metals is where it's at right now. That's where the money's being made. Yeah, 3,000. Yeah, definitely. Yep. The more they delay the sell like this, the lower my target gets on the S&P, because it's not healthy action where they're putting on normal accumulation distribution to gather inventory. A typical bullish move, a typical bullish trend market. You've got the trend up, you got consolidation, a little retracement, gather higher, etc., etc. This 10, 11 month craziness where we're just going without a stop tells me that they're holding this up as long as physically possible because they know it's coming. So the longer this goes, the lower my target gets on the S&P. Eventually, of course. But either way, I mean, like I've said before, it's fun to talk about. I'm not going to short it or position it for it. I'm just going to play as I see. But that's my thought process. Nasdaq's still going 25, 711, 720, going to 730. Is a gold 3C forming? Let me take a look. Yes, 100%. So the gold 3C is forming here. The 5-minute is difficult to capture because you have to go all the way up to 49.54 for a 3C on the 5. But on the 1 minute, if you want to play that, it's already formed. Silver, of course, beautiful 3C all the way back up. And just chilling. Just chilling. I am glad I locked out my accounts because this is atrocious price action. Atrocious. They are buying a crap ton of calls and selling a crap ton of puts. Monster 3C. Yeah, so the silver, the metals is where it's at. Forget about NASDAQ and ES. Those are disgusting. Silver and gold is where it's at. So just be patient, and you're going to get your move to 100 on silver, and gold may tap 5,000 today. I've seen crazier moves. I've seen crazier moves at the moment. This is awful. Absolutely awful. S&P. Gold is about to attack that 47.50. RTY is dumping at least. Yep. Well, RTY has been the one performing, and now they're dumping it. You know, they're trying to do everything they can to save everything with NVIDIA. And, of course, NASDAQ is performing today up until this area. But so once again, it's all headline manipulation. There's no volume here. There's no true bull thesis for anything. The market's dead flat now for months. So it's just, you know, this back and forth whipsaw stuff. And I'm sure this afternoon we'll give back all of this. So just be patient. Silver's going to get 100. We do have a 3C forming here. NASDAQ is doing just this stuff here. No volume spikes whatsoever. Just terrible, terrible volume. And just algorithms turned on, and off we go. Low risk MNQ move. Nice. TLT should run if the market crashes. Correct. Yeah. Yeah. How much is your course / group? I don't sell a course. I do have a Discord group that it's $25 per month. Although I am in the process of writing a book. I don't even know if I'm going to trade today after this. You know, I've like I said, I've already locked my accounts in pre-market. I've got a splitting headache. I've been up since 12 o'clock. I don't know. With the NASDAQ price action, what it's doing, this nonsense, I don't know if I'm going to touch it. May wait for silver to break 100, take something there. But that's about it. That's about it. Nap time? Yeah. I just got funded on 2 accounts and I'm struggling with the mental game, like imaginary pressure because it's a funded account. Really thinking about joining your group. I need a mental rework. Well, you know, I will say, you know, it really comes down to the work you're willing to put in. I'm very proud of the community. I think, in my opinion, this is the best trading community in the business, period. I think we have a great group that we try to help each other share ideas without all the typical online nonsense. So I think it's as good. I think it's as good as an online community can get. So come join, hang out with us. You know, you can post your thoughts, comments, and we'll get there. Why'd you start at midnight? I just couldn't sleep. I woke up at midnight and couldn't go back to sleep. There goes silver. Here we go, baby. Here's a 3C. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. I finished a book last year. Nice, Ford. Now, what about? Look at this. Look at silver. Look, here it comes. Here it comes. Here it comes. I told you. Forget about stupid NASDAQ. NASDAQ is absolutely disgusting. Silver is where your grandma is going to come over. She just wrapped up a present. She's still putting it under the tree for next year, baby. She just went in the kitchen, made you some gravy train with biscuit wheels. Silver is where it's at. Another 3C and then blast. We all knew it was going to hit 100, didn't we? I told you. I guarantee you. Boom! Yahtzee. I told you silver was going to hit 100. At this point, it's only can you survive the shakeout on the silver. And look, instantaneous high volume sell for all the sell orders sitting at 100. I told you. Everyone, and of course I told you, everyone knew it was coming. Everyone knew 100 was going to get tapped. But could you hold through the shenanigans was the question. That's it. That's it. Forget about NASDAQ. NASDAQ is terrible. NASDAQ is grandpa's futures index. Go trade grandpa. Go trade NASDAQ, grandpa. Go back to bed. Drink you some warm milk and go back to bed because grandma is trading silver, baby. After she makes me some biscuits and gravy. 1 billion puts sold. 776 million calls purchased. Beautiful stuff. Isn't that a risky spot for 3C silver? Oh, I did think they were going to sell 100 once they tapped it, and of course they did. I mean, very, very small red, of course, but they sold it. The whole premise here is that there's a whole bunch of people trying to take that big fat psychological 100 sell order, and they tapped it, roll back over. Roll back over. OM clearly needs sleep. NASDAQ looks great to me. Nope, NASDAQ is terrible. If you're a volume trader, NASDAQ is atrocious right now. If you're someone who just wants to white-knuckle along for no obvious reason, then NASDAQ looks great. Me personally, I'm a volume trader. I don't like these very grindy algorithms with absolutely zero volume. You give me volume, I'll trade it. NASDAQ is disgusting as it's been all week. Silver is where the money's is made, baby. And here's the difference. Look at the clean volume spikes on silver in NASDAQ, or in gold. Every time there's a high volume of inflow, or high volume inflow on silver, it pivots every single time. NASDAQ, it's just this disgusting algorithm. You can't trade that, not as a VPA trader. So I'd rather make my money with silver. Just because something trends doesn't mean that it's good. Oh man. And then of course it does this little stupid flag sideways crap. Silver. There we go. 100. But I thought the trend was your friend. Well, not according to Anna Coling. Anna Coling says the trend is not your friend. Because by the time you identify the trend, it's too late. Look at that. Silver is an absolute beast. Absolute beast. Love to see it. Love to see it. Volume spikes and candlewicks are your friend. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Silver's the ETF of silver. Yeah, buddy. Q's put spread, risk reward is so bad there's no premium. Yeah. Silver just took out 100.1. Look, even the option chain on the S&P has gone flat. I'm looking at SIL. What is the ticker for silver futures? SIH 2026. Right there. That's the most front run contract on TradingView right now. Let's go to the 5. We do have a very, very small volume spike on NASDAQ here, which gives us here. So you might have, if NASDAQ can close 688, you'll have yourself a 3C. But just be patient with it because that is a slow, grindy, and nonsense name right now. Silver's the beast. How many people shorting silver 100 just got destroyed there with the big pop? Well, people have been getting destroyed trying to short silver now for months and months. You can now buy Crocs. That's in the shape of a Lego. Lego Crocs. $0.25 instant short from limit sell at 100, but you take it out. Yeah. I'll be willing to bet silver will not reject 100, continue like 102. So far, you're looking likely. Hey, I love Crocs, man. I got a set of Crocs where I could just put them on and go do my chores outside without having to change my shoes, because I don't wear my shoes inside. And I don't want to take my shoes on and off every time I leave, so I have a pair of Crocs where I could just slip them on in the garage, go do my thing, come back. I love them. They're comfortable. Sport mode? I don't know what that means. Maybe 102 by the end of the day. That'd be crazy. That'd be another 2% from here, which would be about 5.5%. Here's a big red candle on silver. Right there. Beautiful stuff right there. Look at that. Look at that. Let me hear you sing. Nah, 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 nah. You take that back or I'll scream. I was against Crocs because they're ugly until I tried a pair. And dude, I love them. They're fantastically freaking comfortable. There we go. Silver's getting wrecked, baby. Right off 100. So far, things are playing out almost too perfectly. Almost too perfectly. It's almost like I know what I'm doing. It's almost like I know what I'm doing. But Steve on Twitter yesterday called me a scammer. Something's not right. Treachery is afoot. Put the Croc strap on your heel in sport mode. Oh, okay. I read somewhere Crocs are horrible for your feet. Boom, look at that. Boom. You must have tactical Crocs. There we go. A little bit of red down to 99.4846. Looking for 99.26. Look at that freaking move, baby. Look at that freaking move, baby. Watch for the attack of 99.27. Unbelievable. 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 My fiance's brother wears those weird foot-shaped shoes. He's a madman. I bet he's a trail runner, too. Does he eat a lot of granola? I bet. Does he drive a Subaru and listen to Fish? Oh, man. Probably from Colorado. Yeah. You feel attacked. I love it. I love it. You just described Northern California. All right, silver's coming off, baby. Us old guys wear Skechers slip-ons. Nice, nice. I told my wife if I ever wear those to take me out back. Yeah. I love it. I love it. All right, silver's bouncing back up. Hit this little liquidity zone right here. High volume spike, of course. You saw the volume come in. But that still is an extraordinary sell. If you even catch a small piece of that red on silver, you're making bank. Watch out for stupid trend lines. Yeah, look at that. Nice J-Dog. Beautiful. I thought boomers wear Skechers. I don't know, but boomers are getting pretty old. If you're looking at the actual term boomers, I mean, you're looking at people in your 80s at this point. NASDAQ is doing this crap again. So is ES. The option chain is doing exactly the same thing. Silver is the one to play right now. If you want fun, if you want momentum, if you want clarity, silver's where it's at right now. Gold, you could play gold too if you want to. Gold's been a little bit even more bullish than silver the past couple of days, so just be ready. Of course, they gave some back, but they've put on some fantastic runs. You just got to be delicate with your entries, of course. By the way, if you want some a little survival tip, by the way, if you're looking for a large tub to hold water, like potable water that you can drink, go to a candy factory. Candy factory have those big plastic tubs that they hold like sugar syrup in, and they can only use them a certain amount of times, and then they have to get rid of them, and you could buy them pretty cheap. So I bought a 1,000-gallon water tank from them for nothing. $1 billion of puts puts sold, 534 million calls purchased. Gold still coming off. Silver is top wicking. Ho! Look at NASDAQ. You see those atmospheric water generators? I did not see those. What is that? I don't know. Those clear ones with the metal frame. Yes, 100%. Top Step is skipping price sometimes on even XFAs. I'm in the last year of boomers and I'm 62. Okay. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, it's exactly what it is. Yeah. Pull humidity from the air and turn it to drinking water. Interesting. That's pretty cool. You can do something like that, a makeshift one, if you've got a tarp and a rock. If you're in the woods. Look at this NASDAQ action, dude. Just blast a Roni. Yet another algorithmic grind here, baby. Blast. 25,740. Market is just unstoppable. Unstoppable. Haven't touched NASDAQ here since the open, or since settlement overnight. We just took out the weekly high, though, on an extraordinary move. That's we're going on 200 points. And then I guess the next stop will be the 890. Incredible volume. NASDAQ blasted right through overnight. Yep, it's still going too, man. It's still going. Silver's refusing to die. Well, I don't expect to see a big sell-off here. Not yet, at least. Of course, they could sell off here, you know. And one of these days, we are going to wake up to a 10% sell red day on silver. In my opinion, I think they're going to do it overnight. They won't do it during the session. That's my opinion. One day we'll all wake up and be like, holy crap, what happened to silver? And it's like under 80 again. But I don't know if we'll see that today. I think there's still a lot more upside. Remember when gold had that huge sell day like 2 months ago? It'll be something like that. NASDAQ 25,800 was an SR flip. Do you think it could be resistance? Well, that 730 was the prior resistance from overnight. We blasted right through that. 25,800 right here is the SR flip from Friday, January 16th. That's not a crazy big level. That is an SR flip, so I'll look for that to adjust. But if it takes that out, the only thing left is 890. And obviously things right now are quite bullish after being so bearish yesterday. Five-minute on ES. Yeah, monster green. NASDAQ too. You got rocked by gold that day? Yeah. They are buying a whole bunch of calls and selling puts. The option chain is straight up here. So they're going to keep on grinding it. What do you think of INTC at this price? I don't know. I stopped tracking INTC a while ago. I divested from them, which obviously I regret. Although still, man, TRTX. TRTX is one of my favorite names to hold. It's going to take a lot for me to get rid of that thing. If they never suspend the dividend, I don't think I'll ever get rid of it. I mean, that's an incredible name. Incredible name. Go buy some TRTX. If we're talking Wyckoff, the bull flag was reaccumulation. It was a solid edge to play. That was a bull flag. Yeah, I don't play flags, me personally, but definitely. Look at this. They are hammering the calls. 1.4 billion in calls, 1.4 billion in sold puts. Just going nuts with it. Going nuts with it. Straight up. Silver's coming up here. If it takes out 100, you're going to have a pepperoni. I'll grab some of that there, TRTX. Nice dividend. Yeah, the dividend is fantastic. It's extraordinary on TRTX. It's, in my opinion, one of the best, if not the best out there for the stock price dividend ratio. And it's going to get better, too, because before coronavirus, TRTX was a $20+ stock paying 42 cents a share. Now it's, what, $9? And it's paying $22 cents a share, which is still phenomenal. So the ratio is just about the same as what it was. 40 cents for, $22. Now it's 22 cents for roughly 10. So the ratio is still the same. So I highly, highly recommend it. Go do it. Go do it. There's a long time coming. Nice. Phil, that's amazing, bro. If I was near you, I'd take you out for a steak dinner tonight. Well done. Well done. Super happy for you, man. I know that's a fantastic feeling. Now the work starts. Slow and steady. That's right. Slow and steady. Oh, yeah. We go Sizzler. That's right. That's right. Silver's coming back up here. NASDAQ is just blasting. Oh, man. If for some reason you don't hear from me on Monday, just it's because of the storms. I'm not bouncing on y'all. So for one reason or another, I'll make a post to kind of warn everybody, and I'll pin it. So just in case, like Wednesday happens, like, hey, did OM just retire, and you still haven't heard from me? It's because I'm locked in. I doubt that'll happen, but I'm just saying, if you don't hear from me, that's what's going on. That's the only reason why I won't come online on Monday. So I just got funded. I'm at my buffer now. My plan was to keep the account open and take payouts for 2 weeks before starting another eval. Any advice on the strategy of building accounts at this stage? Yes, I do have advice for you, Pragi. So you're at your buffer. Okay, so that'll change my answer a little bit. Here's what I would do. Of course, I don't know how much you've already sunk in cost for the evals. I don't know how much you've already paid. I don't know what your finances are, all that kind of stuff. So what I would do is, of course, I would grow that buffer to 2x buffer. Now, if you want to go ahead and start taking some payout and kind of do like a blended, where let's say Monday, you're at the buffer now, so everything you make after the buffer is technically yours minus the split. So let's say Monday you make $1,000. You could take 500 out and then keep 500 in, and keep doing that until you grow the 2x buffer. That's it. All right, so you could take 500 out and 500 into the buffer and keep building that until you get to 2x buffer, and then you can increase your payouts. That's what I would do. And then once you get to that level, you can make a choice. You can use the money to pay yourself and kind of just enjoy it a little bit, repay yourself for the cost you've incurred over the past couple of weeks or months, or you could start reinvesting those into more evaluations. So that's where you want to start building your army. So that's your choice. How much do you want to reinvest in the business, which is your prop firm trading? How much do you want to take out and put it into your checking account or banking account or whatever it is you're going to do? That's up to you. The way I approach it, like right now, for example, I am spending very little. I've spent a little bit. I've spent right at $1,000 this month on resets and fees and stuff. But I've taken out, I mean, I'm going on $40,000 this month already on payouts. So I'm to the point this month where I don't have to worry about that. I can just pile it in. But some months I'm not doing so good. Some months I'm struggling just to break even, or struggling to even take a payout. And I need to make a decision. What do I do with that? So as you get deeper into this month after month, month after month, you can make the decision to start being more aggressive. So what I want to do once you start taking more payouts is take that money and start building a large army of evals. Just buy evals, grind them. Don't try to pass them in one day. Slow and steady, grind them, and then after about a month or 3 months, now you've got 15, 20 evals passed. You've got 4 or 5 fundeds going, and you're just going to grind them out. And every now and then you're going to blow some up. Every now and then you're going to get payouts, and you're just going to keep that process going. And then all of a sudden, you look back a year from now, and you realize you've taken consistent payouts for an entire year. Instead, don't be the jabroni that gets emotionally attached to these prop firms and treats it like it's an actual brokerage. It's not. It's not an actual brokerage. It's a tool. I treat my IBKR way differently than I do prop firms. Entirely different. My risk parameters are different. My emotional connection to them is different. All that stuff. That way, I don't care. Like if I've blown up 3 different pro accounts this past month in the past 30 days. I don't care. Whatever. I just funnel another one back in that I've already passed, and I end up taking payouts. That's all it is to it. So that's the way I approach it. Just keep evaluations passed in the background so you can reduce your emotional connection to them and just treat it as a business, and you're good to go. And then how you want to do that is your decision. But that's the way I approach it. I always do 2x buffers. That's my gold standard, 2x buffers. 4 payouts on Top Step, refused to go live. Yeah, buddy. I took two payouts. I ran up a 150K balance on Top Step, and I took 2 payouts, and now I'm taking a series of losses on the day for those things. So I'm kind of pulling back a little bit, re-engage. I'll get my 3rd payout, hopefully in about a week. Should you copy trade? I am personally no longer copy trading. There's too much crap going on with there, which, by the way, I got a response back from TPT. They said that all that stuff is a regulation of CME, so you got to be careful with that stuff. I will not be doing any more copy trading whatsoever. NASDAQ is freaking flying. During a future period, it's best to pass the buffer and not get a payout. Use the extra buffer to increase the max loss. Yep. Silly question here, but what's the difference between a prop firm and a brokerage? They sound scammy. Well, I agree. When I first heard about them, I thought they were a complete scam because it didn't make sense that you could spend $100 and pull out however much money. But it is accurate. What a prop firm is, brokerage account, you know what that is. You put in money, you trade, bada boom, bada bing, the money's yours. With a prop firm, you sign up, you pick a company, you buy what's called an evaluation. There's a series of rules and profits that you must achieve, and once you do that, you quote-unquote pass the evaluation, and you get provided with a funded account. The funded account has its own rules, has its own profit target, but once you meet those profit targets, you can usually start pulling money out. And there's, of course, another set of rules. And it's the benefit of it is that it's very low cost of entry, very low risk. You can, if you're someone who can trade but doesn't have capital, it's a good way to raise capital without having to blow out your brokerage account. When I started trading, there wasn't such thing as these retail prop firms, and I had to lose several thousands of dollars in order to learn how to trade. Now you can only lose maybe $1,000 or a couple $100. You can limit your downside while you can drastically increase your upside potential. But I think the mistake a lot of people make is, of course, what I just talked about, the way they treat them, and two, the way they think about it. Prop firms are not there to help you. They are not there for you. They are there to make money off of you. So people complain about the rules. Like, what do you expect? They are there to take your money. That's the point of a business. Just like when you go buy, when you go buy a Toyota truck, they are there to make money off of you buying the truck. You can't get mad at them for trying to make a buck. So if I reach 10K and a 150K funded, will they pull me into a live? No, because I'm at $150,000 on Top Step, and they won't pull me into a live. Have you used Apex? I did use Apex. Yes, I would not recommend it. I would not recommend it. I wouldn't use the Minnesotan Somali money to buy Apex accounts, and that's saying a lot. Apex is garbage, nonsense, complete garbage. I passed 20 accounts with them once, and I paid $2,700 worth of activation fees, and I blew up all the accounts. I did it again. I passed another 20 accounts, paid another $2,700 worth, and I actually got to the point of requesting a payout. $2,000 per account times 20 is $40,000. They denied me because I dollar cost averaged. And it wasn't even dollar cost averaging the way you would think about it, like gambling, where you're just getting blown out, so you say screw it and dollar cost average in, and it comes back and you make money. It was in the market had drawn down into a support zone, so I entered a position, and then it went into consolidation. And as the position stayed there, it wasn't even in loss. I mean, it was, but only like a couple of points. I gained confidence in the position. I added another position, and they said you can't dollar cost average into the position. And they deny my payout. So after that, I'm like, screw this. This is nonsense. And of course, now it comes out in a legal document during a lawsuit that the CEO of Apex was going out of his way to deny people. Like, he literally said verbatim, like, I did everything I could to keep people from getting paid. So, that to me tells you don't buy Apex. NASDAQ is still going, by the way. Silver is blasting across 100. So I think it doesn't make sense to trade with props. They're good for practicing risk management, but if you want leverage, trading CFDs with 200x is better. Well, if you don't have any money, then you don't really have an option. You have the same voice as Apex CEO? Yeah, that's not me. You're welcome, Pickle. I would rather you take your money and put it in a company that's reputable. I have a lot of problems with Top Step's new management, but they're still reputable. Of course, I am a TPT affiliate, TakeProfitTrader. I'm a big believer in TakeProfitTrader. I think they're the best out there, which I've got an affiliate code to get you 40% off. But I do think they are the best. I stand by them. I trade with them. Yeah, it's good stuff. If you don't have any money, just open a Somali daycare. Oh, man, I love it. I love it. All that being said, what's a discount code for Apex? Yeah. I'm sure one of y'all got an affiliate code for Apex, but by all means, if y'all want to do it, I mean, it's terrible. Have you ever tried funded futures? Negative. Negative. How did the props pay on commissions lucrative over a cup of coffee? What do you mean? Like, is it affiliate ship? Well, it depends on how big your community is. There's people like, Patrick Whalen who's making $1 million a month on affiliate fees. My community's not even close to anything of that size. So it's like, it's a little bit, but it ain't much at all. It ain't much at all. Some of them pay as low as like 5% per sign up. Some, TPT, if you make enough, you can be paid up to 25% of commissions on TPT and other brokerage and other props, but you have to have a really big following to do that, to make it worthwhile. I'm still on a 2-year review period with Apex. Yeah. I'm on a permanent, they can bite me program with Apex. All right, 25,776 here. Oh, man. Man, look at that. They are still selling puts and buying calls. Tremendous amount, just straight up. NASDAQ is just flying. I got banned for following the rules at Apex. That sounds about right. That sounds about right. Imagine any other business in the world, Walmart, any other business, that the owner of that business said, I'm going to do everything in my power to take your money and not give you what you want, not give you what you purchased. What do you think would happen to that business? They'd go out of business overnight. But yet people are still doing everything they can to give money to Apex. I guess because it's low cost, whatever, but it's awful. It's awful. Too big to fail. Oh, they're entrenched. Oh, man. I guess it's still like McDonald's. Everybody knows McDonald's is horrific for you, but they still eat it. Massive flag on ES here. NASDAQ is still doing its thing here, too. Coming off. How do I know that puts are being sold and calls? If you look in the software on the left side of the YouTube stream, you'll see the green line and the blue line kind of going up together. It's this thing right here. This is what's called Spot Gamma's Hero tool, HIRO. This tracks 0 DTE options flow. And what you're seeing here is the green line going up, which is called buying. You're seeing the blue line going up, which is put selling. So you're seeing an equivalent amount of put selling and call buying, which are both bullish. That is a double bullish indication, which is obviously throwing this market into the stratosphere here. I didn't know that about Apex. Yeah, it's terrible. What's the deal with copy trading, and also how else do you trade with 500 accounts? Yeah, so I usually go back and forth. If the setup is confident enough and I have a big enough buffer, I will copy trade, and then of course I'll turn it off and on. However, I'm completely done with copy trading forever. Simply, at least on TPT at least, because this new hedging rule with CME is not allowing you to you cannot hold a long and a short position simultaneously. And sometimes that copy trader will kind of mess up and put you in that scenario, and it'll blow your accounts instantly. So I recommend not risking it. Silver is still holding. It looks like it's going to absorb and go higher. Gold, high volume 3C top wick right there at 49.62. However, I can't really recommend shorting gold. It's too powerful. It's too powerful. Yeah, definitely trader. The beautiful thing about TPT though is that you could pull out money same day. The beautiful thing in America, like right now, like I've had 2 amazing days. Guess what? I'm taking that 10 G's out tomorrow morning, just like I took it out yesterday. Like boom, you make the money, you take it out the very next day. It's daily payouts. You don't have to wait. There's no consistency rule. It's no nonsense. So it's the closest thing to a real brokerage account that you can get. I really thought ES would roll back to S1 and NASDAQ would go to 500. Yeah, this is why I'm not even paying attention to this, man. This is just disgusting. It's just algorithmic flow. It's blowing through and up. So it's just, Silver has been fantastic. Would it actually be a benefit to have 2 accounts open for TPT on the contest, just in case you blow one? Not scamming the system here, just clarifying. I mean, I mean, you'll have more chances. I don't think. I mean, that's why I give you a couple of days to figure it out. So just in case you have a bad day, it's not going to ruin the whole competition. It gives you an opportunity to get yourself set up and then go about the 30 days. So from the starting day until Monday, you can buy as many accounts as you want or as many resets as you want. But after Monday, it shuts it, closes it, because I don't want people resetting every day for a month. I'll give you an entry period, and then that's it. The intent of the competition is to show you a process of keeping a funded account open for 30 days. And hopefully that'll shut off that mechanism in your brain that makes you want to get $10,000 in a single day and sling 15 minis. Once you can experience that feeling, that'll fix your gambling behavior. That'll correct it. That's like taking Narcan when you're jamming 5 grams of cocaine in your nose. Instantly shuts it off. This looks like there's silver blasting. Do you recommend taking an entry on each account separately? That's what I would do, is build the accounts up separately. With so much speculation that America will make a move on Iran soon, why would you short gold or silver? Yep. I agree. Look at that. Silver is absolutely extraordinary. You worried about NASDAQ, and silver's just going, baby. Go in. It's amazing. Absolutely extraordinary. I think prop firms are a mechanism intended to draw retail out on the markets. The whole retail influx of 2021 changed the ecosystem. A lot of rebels call each other apes. Apex. This is, that's not a terrible thought. Is that how much of the order flow has been limited now that retail traders have gone over to? Of course, that would have done it naturally anyway, because the retail traders most likely going to lose all their money anyway. But your professional opinion, Iran strike this weekend? It looks likely. I don't know why we're doing it, but it looks likely. Just remember, in 2 months from now, make sure to pay your taxes, though. Bottom weight. My whole idea with this prop firm stuff was to hopefully copy. Look at NASDAQ. Hopefully copy trade the accounts. I just heard you say you were done with that. Did I hear correctly that sometimes I mess up the entries? Yes. So the experience with copy trading is just so magnified, and it's not worth it. It's nice when you're doing well, but I'm telling you, man, even when it's working perfectly, having a bad day with a copy trader is awful. You know that thing? That scene of the movie where Russell Crowe, he's like, "You don't know how bad your day is gonna get." Yeah, that's what happens when you copy trade on a bad day. Now, if the bad part is that copy trading has a tendency to give you either erroneous fills or mixed fills or partial fills, and it'll put you in a position where you long, it fills like some of the orders, not all of them, and then you go to close it, and now you're short on some accounts and long on other accounts, and then you have to scramble to close, and it's awful. So I don't recommend copy trading. I'd rather you build your accounts individually. Trust me, man. You know what's great about trading the accounts individually? Let's say you have a terrible day with one account. You could chill, fix your problems, and then trade the other accounts, and maybe you do well with them. And now you diversify your trading day. Because I'm telling you what, when I'm individually trading my 5 different TPT accounts, it's extremely rare that I'm red on all 5 accounts on a single day. Extremely rare. Usually I could pull out, even on the worst days, a green balance on one of the accounts. What is that Israeli guy say on Polymarket? True. How far does silver go? I'd say 101, 102, but then again, who knows, dude? Who absolutely knows? It's just, now we're pulling back to 100 for a SR flip. Look at the options. 2.4 billion calls, 1.8 billion puts. The exact opposite of yesterday. You're welcome, Tennessee Vol fan. Look at that. Look at that. No. So I talked to a military lawyer yesterday, and she told me some music to my ears. She told me to tell me that she told me to tell the state of Alabama to go pound sand, which I'm super happy about. Which I've already told them that anyway, but now I have legal precedence to say that. Is that the same thoughts for TradeOvate's group trading? Well, I mean, I think TradeOvate's group trading is more reliable than Quantower's copy trader. However, the emotional side I still think is good for the average trader. I still think you should probably consider not copy trading. I've seen, trust me, man. One of the benefits of me running this server is that I get a whole bunch of DMs, and I learn from you all just as much as you learn from me, hopefully. And I get DMs all the time. Hey, OM, I was doing great. I copy traded and I smoked 2 weeks worth of progress on all 5 of my accounts, or all 20 of my accounts in some cases. And what do? I'm destroyed. Well, I hate to hear it, man. You know how terrible it would be to lose everything you have on one trade because you're copy trading. It's just not fun. Now, of course, like I said, when it's going well, it's really nice. But you have to set your expectations with it. You got to take the good with the bad. My grandfather, the police chief, gave me a 45 he confiscated, which was a rare U.S. switch and signal produced for World War II. Would have been worth thousands, but it was chrome plated. Oh, man. Look at that thing, dude. That's beautiful. You're welcome, Striker. It's always about managing your mind. That's it. $2.2 billion calls, $2 billion puts sold, still going. Silver, of course, top wicked. Nasdaq is just whatever the crap this is, just freaking going, baby. You know what? You know what I love about this stuff, though. I love when the market does this, because what happens in Power Hour? The same thing that happened yesterday. What happened yesterday? This slow grind up price action all day long, and then they tanked it. What happened the day before? Rocket ship price action all day long, and then they tanked it. Power Hour, when the order book gets too extended, Power Hour is your time to short. So what I would say, if 1 o'clock comes, 2 o'clock comes, and we still haven't really dropped, take yourself on the S&P, 1 point out of the money SPY, or maybe 10 points or 20 points out of the money SPX, cheap lotto put, and just see what happens. See if you can turn a 20-cent premium into $2 or $3. That would be nice. Everything you are saying about copy trading is legit. If you're going to copy trade, Quantower is trash. It is trash, yes. Quantower is fantastic. Their copy trader is trash. Trade Syncer, I've heard good things about them. I usually end up checking news websites when there's a sudden massive move against me instead of closing the trade. What should I do to get rid of this habit? When that happens, trust me, I've done it before too. It worked out well for me a couple of days ago. A couple of days ago, I took a silver short. About 2 minutes later, Trump posted the news he posted, and silver tanked, and I made 10 grand. Sometimes I've taken it and it's gone the other way, and I get blown out. Like literally, I hit a trade and like I hit the mouse button, I hit the order, I hear order filled, and then like 5 seconds later, I hear bloop, bloop, the little notification in my headset. That's happened before because of I just so happen to catch a bad news candle. If you're what I would tell you is that if the structure breaks down, even if it's disadvantageous, even if you can't believe the probability of that happening to you right then and there, it's too bad. It happened. Close the trade. Close the trade. As long as it breaks your structure, if it breaks the thesis of your trade, the structure of your trade, you got to get out of the trade. Period. It's just the way it is. Just remember, everyone, professionals do not copy trades. Copiers will create. Yep. Power Hour puts, yeah, buddy. So, like I said, I like the good thing about seeing this type of low grind, the slow, low volume grind stuff like this, if you're not already long, is just wait for the power hour. Power hour will give you a beautiful opportunity to take a position. The S&P here, ES is 6960 and just freaking going. It's up 40 points from the lows. Watch gold around 49.64. Nice. TPT must be on a break today. Target hit for the day. I'm out. Have a great weekend. Got to go prep some stuff. The ice storm rolling in this weekend. Stoked about taking a couple of days off from trading. I'll be recharged by Monday. I like it, Tennessee Vol fan. Be safe out there, baby. I'll be praying for you. Can you trade the dollar index? I don't know. I don't know if you can or not. I've never tried. You're welcome, Victor. What's your vector, Victor? State of New York declares a state of emergency ahead of storm. I declare emergency. Your hero info has been incredibly helpful and on the money. Nice, Matthew. Appreciate you, buddy. It is a fantastic movie. I'll keep them coming. No trades for me today. Calling it a day. See you Monday. Have an awesome weekend. You too, Damien. You too. $2.7 billion calls purchased. They are starting to sell them off just a touch. It's not enough to want to get me shorting here. But where is the market going into at the moment? What time is it, by the way? It's only 11. Let me zoom out to the 15, the Quince here. So we have a couple of targets. We have the S&P 6962. We have the 6968. Do we have a volume spike? Yes, we do. We have a volume spike here on this candle, which kind of notes a possible topping price action. But the 3Cs will keep you safe. Don't even consider a 3C unless you get strong volume, strong top wick, and then, of course, a lower low. Until then, they're going to keep on grinding this, baby. I actually want them to continue to grind this into power hour. Maybe I'll even put on a put in power hour if they do it. If you didn't have Spot Game as hero, is the MBO package of Bookmap be a good alternative replacement? It won't give you that, but it'll give you order flow. My stop got triggered shortly after I hit 100% on Q just to see it double. I have to remind myself I made 100% on a good entry and wait for the next. Here's the deal, side gig guru. I mean, every single trader struggles with that thought. I struggle with that thought. Holy crap, I could have held and got more. You have to realize, to hold a position for its entirety of a trend is so incredibly difficult and rare that the probability of it happening is very low. It'll happen to you a couple of times a year, if that. But the vast majority of the time, you're going to get out way sooner than you'd want to. It's because the market typically either puts on some very aggressive shenanigans to shake out your position, and you rightfully should close it, or the market will come back down to your entry and then put you in a loss territory eventually anyway. Majority of the time, the market is going to trend or is going to range or consolidate or not go beyond where you think it's going to go. A few times, it's going to continue to go on and trend, and you would have made a ton of money. So in order for you to catch an entire trend, such as this, like if you long the bottom to hold it the whole way, the planets have to align. Everything has to go exactly right. Your timing, your emotional state, your position size, your ability to hold through advantageous price action, disadvantageous price action. The market doesn't give you too big of a drawdown on the position. All that stuff has to go exactly right for you to hold the entire trend. And it only happens very often. I think maybe 3 times in a year, usually I hold the trend for the entirety. Doesn't happen very often. Now the good thing is that that's all you need. 2 or 3 times in a year is all you need to make your year. And of course, I'm talking about swing trade stuff, longer term trades, not necessarily scalps, although they could. So holding a Nasdaq trade for 300 or 400 points, you only need to do that 2 or 3 times a year for you to make a significant amount of money. And everything else, you're just treading water, you know. But if you just white knuckle it, hoping that it comes into a trend like this, vast majority of the time, you're going to be better off closing for smaller profit rather than waiting for the whole thing. Once again, it's all about managing your expectations and the motions of the market. If you go into the market with set expectations, you're not going to be disappointed as so much. Think about, I showed my kids Lone Survivor the other day. It's got a lot of profanity in it. Usually I don't like doing that, but I think Lone Survivor is a very important movie for kids to watch so they can understand the sacrifices that are being made to wear, you know, purple hair and stupid costumes and giant earrings and stuff like that that people wear. But in that movie, they are drastically overwhelmed by the enemy. They're pinned down by the enemy. There's 4 against 60. And yet they still maintain the mindset that they're going to kill them all. You're never out of the fight. And they're good to go. Shot in the head, broken arms, shot in the hand. Hey, I'm good to go. I'm better than ever. So they set their expectations ahead of time. With the market, it's the same way. You go into this market setting your expectations of what the market is. It's not gambling. It's not there to appease you. It has no idea that you're there. Has no idea that you're there. 13 hours is good. Yeah, it pisses me off, though. Air Force wouldn't know boots on the ground. No, we wouldn't. You're right. You're right. Although JTACs are pretty intense, but you're right. But we put your boots on the ground. What's your typical sizing when trading with 50K props? Normally it's 1 mini, sometimes 2. If I have a buffer, I'll go up to 3 or 4, but I have to have 2x buffer. Mark Luttrell said Lone Survivor was totally accurate. Yeah. Where else do you put your boots, baby? Under your bed. Reminds me of that country song. Whose bed has your boots been under? You trade 2 minis on a 50K. Once I have 2x buffer, I do, Dave. Not at the start. I don't go bigger than 1, and that's the big position size. But once I'm 2x buffer, I'll go 2 minis. Shania, yeah. Oh man, he helped make the movie. Yeah, he was in it. Yeah, I've read the book too. The book is fantastic. There's live footage of that fight online. Is there really? My son-in-law was accepted into the Night Stalkers. Don't tell anyone. Oh, nice. Congratulations. Must be very proud. Your daughter must have married a heck of a guy. The book is much gooder. I have criticisms of that story and movie, not denying that core happened, but some of the concerning things that happened in reality. Yeah. I mean, there's been a lot of people outspoken about the take on his story, but thank you for saying that. It's been a struggle after being spoiled with so many monster wins and setting expectations to 25% and be winning 90% for me. Here, I have a question for you all. I have a question for SideGig and everyone else, especially if you're a prop firm trader. Let's take my experience right now. I've had an above average performance the past 30 days. I've made an obscene amount of money. There's what? How many days left? There's 8 days left in the month. What happens if I come back Monday and I absolutely get destroyed every single day of the rest of the month? Let's say I lose every single account I have, I reset them all, and I lose those 2. Did I have a good month or did I have a bad month with prop firms? So this is the point I'm trying to drive. That could be the benefit of prop firm trading. Now, if I have a bad month, if I get absolutely destroyed in everything in my touch and my IBKR, I'm going to lose a lot of money on this style of trading. But if I'm trading prop firms and I just absolutely get destroyed after the month I've had, yeah, I'm going to be out a couple $1,000s probably. But whatever. I've already made all my money. So I compartmentalize my trading month to month, quarter to quarter, year to year. So if I have a fantastic January, I go into February with a positive state of mind. If I have a terrible January, I still go into February with a positive state of mind because it's a new slate. Who cares? January, it's over. Whereas with an IBKR, I still have that big fat year-to-date performance to deal with if I have a bad month. So anyway, we just tapped 69.63, which is the overnight high. We had a high volume spike, come back over. We have a little bit of put buying, call selling. It looks like a little bit of a 3Cs here. Trying to join the Discord, they're asking for a phone number. Is that normal? I believe so, because Discord has the 2FA now, where they text you the 2FA code. It's a security thing. Would this be enough volume to count as a 3C? Let me go to the 5. I'll tell you. I mean, it's the one of the. I'm going to answer no to that, Primal Con, and that's one of the reasons I haven't traded Nasdaq and ES too much, is because it's not giving very clear volume signals. It's why I didn't take the long position, because the volume is so incredibly light now. Is that it's just not giving high volume indications, and I just don't like doing it. I love when the price action sweeps and I get a high volume spike like this right here. Is freaking money. Like, I love stuff. This right here makes me super excited. I love stuff like this. When price action extends, especially buying the dip, shorting is more difficult than buying the dip. On the buy side of things, when price action dumps like this, taps a level, and you get a super high volume spike, like that, I perk up. Like, it's almost free money at that point, as long as you're patient enough to wait for the high volume. So that's why I like trading for volume so much. That's why I don't mind missing out on all of this crap right here, on the 60 points or whatever this is, because that's fine. As long as I get volume spike, I'm good to go. I'm personally done trading for the day. I've already made my money. But yeah, I mean, I suppose if we close under 69.57, you have a 3C here, but the volume is lacking. So just treat it carefully. If you wear either the tax shirt on tier 2 stream and only show the shirt, I think you can get a lot of subscribers. I can't wear it though. I can't wear it. I would love to, and I think that shirt would sell, but I think that would go against the image I'm trying to portray if I wear that shirt. All right, let's see. 2.4 billion calls, 1.7 billion puts. What is that's the acronym for taxation is theft. I was sitting there this morning and I was thinking, because what if I made a taxation is theft shirt? Then I thought about the acronym of it. I'm like, well, that's interesting acronym. And then I said, hey, someone make a shirt with it, because I'm sure it would sell, because it's cheeky. And then Kennedy made that. All right, bottom wick here on ES. Silver's flying, 100.5. When I get into your community, do I access for trading, for lack of a better word, past videos? I'm a little confused on how to read the volume and would prefer videos. If you're tier 2, you do get access to all my prior content on the website. If you're tier 1, then there's no additional content except what's on the YouTube. You just get access to the streams and the community. Gold just spiked. What's up, Roaring Brewski? Did I just see Roaring Brewski? Where'd he go? I thought I just saw him. No? Where is he, by the way? I haven't seen him. Gold is flying, baby. 49.80 coming up. Booyah. How many accounts do you have funded, and how do you trade them all without copy trading? Don't they go inactive? I have 3 funded and now 2 that are shut going to live. They're being transitioned into live at the moment. 49.80 still going. And I trade them individually, yes. The point about the lone survivor thing is look into that Latrell dude. You may not like what you find. Okay. I'll look into it. I don't know if I want to, but I will. Man, look at that. I'm telling you, man, gold is a beast. 5,000. I think gold is going to tap 5,000 today, just like silver is going to tap 100 or tapped 100. Do I trade them individual setups? It depends. If I have a setup that's taken a little bit to kind of set up and it's not a quick move, then I'll take all 5 trades on 5 different accounts. I'll just cycle through and place the trade and set the stops and profit target accordingly. But sometimes I trade them one at a time. Sometimes I trade them all in the same setup. It depends. It depends on the setup. Coming up on, I do need to meet. I'll be right back here in a couple minutes. I'm back. What actually the military and Gulab said happened? Do you have a link? If you found it, if you have a specific link, link it to me and I'll read it. I'm just curious. Never meet your heroes, yeah. Gold is putting on the highest volume candle of the day with a top wick there, right here. Am I understanding VPA correctly? RTY high volume, top wick on the 5, and small consolidation because the top wick high volume is more indicating a lower move. Yes. So because you have a strong top wick and you have volume, that's indicating that the sellers have at least hit that attempted bounce. However, the third C still is follow through. You still need a signal to indicate order flow, which is either lower, lower, higher, high. If you put in a higher high, then the short signal is negated. If it's a lower low, then you have a confirmation for continued downside. Oh, man. Muy interesante. You're welcome, Nico. You're welcome. We're almost coming to the end here. We're going to figure something out. We're going to figure something out. $25,841, still chilling and waiting. Join late briefly. What were the plays today? The silver went crazy. That's what we were watching. I didn't take anything on NASDAQ during the session. I took a NASDAQ trade overnight. But silver was my main focus today, which was tapping 100 and blasting. So a lot of basing here, super beautiful high volume 3Cs, which silver is usually pretty clean with that. And then off to the races. Time to make some kombucha. Interesting. It doesn't matter the eval size, correct, for the challenge, because that's correct. Yeah, I don't care what the eval is. There's no profit target. There's none of that. The only rules to the competition is you have to keep the funded account open for 30 days. It has to be from the evaluation that you signed up with, and you have to actively trade for 30 days. You can't just all right, well, pop in and out of a trade just to call it a day. So. When can I trade September options on MES? You can trade them anytime you want. It's just it doesn't roll until, the front running contract, the volume won't roll until then. This thing is just going. ES is there. Can you show the ES chart in Hero again? Yeah, so what you're seeing, this is the SPX options right here. And it's showing just a little bit of breathing on the calls. They sold off a couple of calls. They bought back a couple of puts. And then you have this little topping price action here. S&P is tapping the overnight high and then kind of tamped down with the volume spike at 3C. NASDAQ is doing the same. But again, there's plenty of time to short the NASDAQ, and now's not it yet. What's your current local forecast? We're supposed to get like 3/4 inch of ice and like half an inch of snow. And that's down from 24 inches as of a couple of days ago. Do I have a wood stove? I do not have a wood stove. I do not have a wood stove. We do want to put in a large fireplace, but we haven't done it yet. When you cash flow construction instead of loans, things get expensive quick. So I'm trying to budget for that. The RTY got wrecked after a lot of performance. People are going to start blowing accounts in silver. I'm sure a lot of people have already blown accounts in silver, but I think you're right. Can you take a look at Microsoft? Yeah, let's take a look. Why did Microsoft pump? Why did Microsoft pump? That's a good question. I have no idea. What happened with Microsoft? Anyone know? Any wars happen over this weekend? I don't know. Let's see what do we have on the agenda. We've got buying a country. We have stealing a president. Nope, we already did those things. We might have exploding another country this weekend. I think so. That might be on the agenda. I think we'll probably do some strikes this weekend. Microsoft pop because they haven't released a full Epstein list yet. Oh man. Yeah, it's crazy. Five more minutes. They have London closed, and I'm going to call it a day. Hmm. $25.811 right there. Wonder if I'll break out the R9Xs. I don't know. I doubt they'll do the X-rays for this campaign. This one's a little bit more kinetic. X-rays are for if we're trying to be a little more operative, and yeah. But yeah, I know a lot about the X-rays. That's crazy. That's a crazy weapon. Crazy weapon. Got on my gold long for a nice 5-1. Nice. Yeah, you can't hold on to metals long enough, man. They just keep going. Before you go, thanks for the tips on prop firms. Thank you. You're welcome. I do have to work on not thinking of them as a live account. Also good to hear that I'm not the only one blowing my accounts. Oh, dude, everyone blows accounts. I blow a bunch of accounts. People blow accounts. It just the only thing that matters is, do you make more money than you spend on prop firms? That's it. Who cares? If you blow up 50 accounts and you still manage to make more money than you spend, who cares? Doesn't matter. Cow's opinion. Look to be following the distribution pattern still. Rip it in the morning. Yeah, so far that's exactly what happened, Derek. Yeah. What weapon did you say? The R9 X-ray, which is R9X. It is, from a slang terminology, the press calls it the Ginzu. The military has never called it that. No one refers it to that, but the media calls it that. But it's yeah, R9 X-ray. It's a non-kinetic weapon. It's just, go look it up. I have to be careful what I say because I don't know what part of that weapon system is open source and what's not, but you can look it up. R9X. Just had a conversation with my daughter who's schooled to remote learning. I know you do some 1 p.m. Take a picture of food and send it. She holds a 3.85 GPA, so I don't know what to believe. The school's acceptable homework if her wanted to go to the mall. Yeah, it's insane. You know, I have a son who's he's a sophomore in high school, and I'd like to think he's pretty intelligent. But of course, he's got friends, and I try to, we have conversations with his friends and just talk to him and stuff. Some of his friends, it's incredibly difficult to even have a conversation with them. Just to carry on basic conversation skills because they don't know how to have conversations. If they're not looking at their phone, they can't have a conversation. The only reason to trade on prop account is you can trade with silver at small risk. Yeah, that's true. I have seen Blue Sky on advertising. Some people have said it, but I've never traded them. I've never traded them. Should I join your group today or wait until Monday? Hey, I've always heard there's no better time than the present, but it's up to you, man. There's no difference. I closed out on NASDAQ long because I made $1,400. I mean, I can't. Yeah, it's a good day. I used to fire stingers in the Navy. Talk about a cool missile. Heck yeah. It's because 54% of the U.S. reads at 6th grade level or less. 21 functionally illiterate. Critical thinking is more of a struggle. You're 100% right. 100% right. So, he's in English right now too. We're talking about sophomore in high school. The teacher, like whenever they read a book in English class, the teacher reads for them. So they have everyone turn to a certain page, and the teacher has to read the book for them. They don't know how to read. It's extraordinary. It's extraordinary. It's the phones, man. It's the phones. I got to stop before I start talking, before I sounded too much like a old guy. If you get funded on Blue Sky, they want you to sign a professional trader. Are you serious? Yeah, I can't. That changes if you actually have to declare yourself a professional trader. That changes the way you get charged fees on certain brokerages. So I'd be careful with that. I was just wondering if there's anything going on. Yeah, I do have a competition going. So I have a prop firm competition that you have to be a part of the Discord to be in it. And that does end. That closes on Monday. But you can sign up Monday and sign. You can enter the Discord and then sign up on Monday. That'll be fine. All right, y'all. I'm going to call it a day. NASDAQ and ES are both putting on a beautiful 3C rejection off of overnight highs. We have the options have shifted from a lot of from very bullish to it's starting to sell off a lot of the deltas here. A little call selling and put buying on the way down. I haven't touched NASDAQ during this session. I traded it overnight, but not during the session. So other than that, I'll keep an eye on things. I have a lot of work to do because I do have to prepare for the storm in the event that it is bad. I got my last. I've already done a lot of prep, but I need to do a little bit. So I'm not sure how active I'll be, but I'll be in and out, and I'll definitely check in before the market closes. And of course, I'll post a warning just in case I am gone on Monday because of power outages and stuff. That we'll see. I can't get my Starlink to work. I tested. I can't get it to work, so I'm not sure how useful I'll be if the power out. If the fiber's still running, then I'll be okay because I have generators and everything else to make it run. But if the fiber's out, then of course no internet. So yeah. Other than that, man, y'all have a good rest of the day, good weekend, and I will see you bright and early for the last week of January on Monday. I'm out. See you.